Is there anything more exciting for the hobby than a rookie quarterback on a big market team getting his NFL debut and winning the game against a big team? Guys, we got a lot to cover this week, and let's look at the top players going up from the Week 4 main slate in the Thursday night game and last night's tie, our first tie of the season. Let's let those eBay solds speak for themselves here. Let's dig in. Number 1 is Jackson Dart, rookie quarterback here for the New York Giants. He flashed in his NFL debuts, taking down the LA Chargers, 13 for 20 passing, 111 passing yards, 54 rushing yards, 2 total touchdowns, and 0 turnovers. So you can see these bomb squad based genres here are selling like hotcakes for 20 to 25. Now this is bittersweet because his long game upside is going to be capped for the rest of the season with a tragic torn ACL for Malik Neighbors, who will be out the rest of this year. But we got to look at Jackson Dart here as there's a new era in the New York Giants. Bowman University Chrome, non-first here. This is the Old Miss card. It's the PSA 9 Auto 10 that sold today. That ultimately sold for $240. But I'm pretty sure we have that same card here closing in auction August 30th for $115. Or the serial numbered one out of $299 August 23rd for $157. You had this base Donruss, the rookies insert, sell for $100 on Saturday. Now, this is advertised as Checkerboard Refractor SP, but that's not the case here, guys. These have been released for many years, and they always come with the mosaic squares like that. As you can see with the Cam Scatabo that closed today in auction for $5.50. The Tet McMillan for $1. The Dylan Gabriel, who got some playtime yesterday, in a blowout loss to the Lions, $225. Now that Tyler Warren autograph with a serial number, that is pretty fire for $64 out of $299. That's a nice card. So you can see there's a ton of this stuff. There's going to be a lot of price variance on Jackson Dart. His largest transaction from yesterday, game day, was this Donruss Crunch Time insert. Now this card, serial numbered out of 10 here. This is a gold Crunch Time insert. With him on the cereal box. Pretty neat card. Let's see what is accepted for. $1,400. You can see that 4 p.m. Eastern, right as that game finished, as they won the game. Now the Gridiron Marvels, this one actually ended higher. This was in an auction. This is the perfect kind of card you want to put to an auction, especially with him having played yesterday. This is the ideal situation here for this card. Gridiron Marvels out of 10. Once again, we got a gold insert. 2,300 on 60 bids. He also had his downtown sell with the Cyclops Giant there on the front of the card. Let's go take a look at what that ultimately sold for, as it was listed for $2,000. Sold for $1,800 yesterday. Also had another $1,800, $1,750, $1,700 on Saturday. I expect that card to continue going up throughout this week. As you can see, there's quite a few auctions going on right now for the Jackson Dart downtown. Be careful. Don't guys fall for these chasers, okay? When it says chaser like that, they're trying to get you to bite. In comparison, we actually have an Ashton Genty horizontal that's sold for $1,200 in a buy it now today, and we're going to look and see if that was a best offer accepted, as well as a vertical Ashton Genty here. This is very interesting. You've got some of the Vegas iconic buildings that they've recreated there in Vegas. You got some cactuses and a wheel. Then you have the horizontal version, which looks like some Raiders of the Lost Ark there. Let me know in the comment section below which one you guys like better out of these two Ashton Genty downtowns. The vertical one sold for $850. Whereas the horizontal one sold for $950, which is interesting because typically the vertical ones sell for more. But in this case, I think the picture on the horizontal one may be better. The artwork may be better. As you can see, there's been quite a few Ashton Genty solds before the game. Hey guys, real quick, if you're new here, welcome to the Football Card Quest. We're 100% dedicated to football cards research and selling tips. My name is Andy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you love fantasy football and football cards, definitely check out all our other content. Check out SlabHawk.com. Check out our premium content at patreon.com/footballcards. All right, now back to the action. A coming out party for Ashton Genty. Even though they lost this game and the Raiders are 1-3, Ashton Genty finally got going. He had that monster 64-yard long touchdown run. Now, he did lose a fumble in this game, but how can you argue against the guy when he broke the slate in terms of fantasy football? 138 rushing yards, the touchdown, the 64-yard long run, and two receptions for 17 yards and 2 touchdowns on those as well. So takes 2 receptions to the house. He takes a long run to the house. It's 3 total touchdowns with the bell cow opportunity share. You look at something like this base score, non-serial numbered rookie auto, college uniform Ashton Genty here. You do get the Raiders helmet and the rookie card shield, selling for $140. Let's see what it was accepted at. All right, ultimately sold for $105. Now, how does that compare to previous sales of this card? Well, we have $100 Friday the 26th, $80 the Sunday, the prior September 21st, the prior Sunday, $125 going back to the beginning of the season, $120. So you can see when the product was first released, before the season started, all that hype and expectation baked in for Ashton Genty. Heck, he was going in the first round of fantasy drafts. So you can see how that card was actually selling for $115 to $120 before the season started back in August. Scores a set that was released back at the end of July. So looking at that now, having cooled off, so the best time was to buy him would have been after that week 1, week 2 blunder, of a start, and they dipped all the way down there this past week, a week ago to $80, now up to $105. So speaking of downtowns from 2025, we got to look at Omarion Hampton. He is our number 3 this week. Going back to that Giants game, yes, Justin Herbert threw 2 interceptions with just a 57.3 quarterback rating. Not a good day for the Chargers offense, but a great day for Omarion Hampton, who ripped off a 54-yard long run himself, put up a touchdown, 10.7 yards per carry, 128 yards on the ground, and also taken 5 receptions for 37 yards. Another guy who broke the fantasy football slate yesterday. And if you look at the prices of his downtime, which we don't have a sale post yesterday on a guy who looks like a league winner. Love the design on this vertical downtown for Omarion Hampton. And this card sold for $900 on the dot, so selling for the same price as the Ashton Genty, essentially. Very cool design and background. Like this Chargers one a lot better than I do that Raiders one, especially just that plain vertical Raiders one. Like the horizontal Raiders one pretty good. Now let's see what kind of data we have on that score auto. Just how big of a difference was there between Omarion Hampton and Ashton Genty? Well, it's a pretty big one, man. Look at this buy it now sold today on that same score rookie auto without the serial number. And we have an Omarion Hampton that was best offer accepted from just $30. That's compared to $105 for the Ashton Genty. Ultimately sold for just $25 today. So you got to think that guy sold himself short. But let's look where they came from. All right, we have a Monday, September 15th for $18.50. Back before the season, just $25, $30. So the card really hasn't moved a whole lot in value. We can go back to when this card was first released. You can see the highest price, $35 to $40. That's naturally what happens on a pro logo licensed card like this for a rookie. Very limited supply when it first gets released before the rookie season starts. But at this time, you also had ambiguity between Najee Harris and Omarion Hampton, what the workload would look like. Well, Najee's out for the year. Omarion Hampton, playing for the Chargers, has a huge opportunity here. It looks like it's wheels up for him. So I got to think these go up. So prices really haven't moved, and they're sitting at just a quarter of what the Ashton Gentys are sitting at. Now, what about Texans rookie running back Woody Marks, who also had a monster day here, breakout rookie performance, running back for the Texans, 4.1 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, 1 through the air, almost 30 fantasy points. The Texans get their first win. So you got a ton of these Donruss Elite, more base serial numbered cards selling for just a few bucks. You had a Bowman Chrome. That's Jaquavius Woody Marks out of 10. Maybe his actual first name is Joquavius out of 10. That's a nice sale there today. $30 buy it now. I got to think that's interesting. $10 Sage Auto. Sage for $11. Now he is in base Donruss. He has a rated rookie. That closed for, looks like $1. Yeah, there's his Bowman Chrome University first rookie auto, serial numbered out of $4.99. That sold, it was $20 buy it now yesterday after the game. Let's kind of look at the history of that card. Well, before the season, it looks like it was about 10 to 12 bucks as a PSA 10 for 40, but there's another one for 15. So not a whole lot of sales. That was back in July too. So yeah, I mean, we've got to average it somewhere around 10 to 15 bucks. And so we have seen that double. This is interesting if the Texans continue to play like this and Woody continues to play like this. These are obviously absolutely going to go up. So he is an interesting, fun guy you can speculate on. That is going up a lot right now. So he had some bigger cards sell yesterday. You had his Score Gold rookie auto out of 50 sell for $30 in a buy it now. You had his Leaf Metal 1 of 1 sell for $30 in a buy it now. There's another one of those Bowman Chrome University first selling for $25, and this one's non-serial numbered, so that's a nice little sale. So you had a ton of rookie autos in this $20 to $30 range. That tells you if you were buying them for $10 to $15, you were doubling them up if you were buying them early in the summer because you knew his prospect profile from college and you studied more of his, dynasty profile. And that's why we study those types of profiles. Another nice little event signed auto there, $20 yesterday. These are a lot of his largest sales came yesterday after the game. Number 5, who could easily be number 1 because we're really only comparing his rookie card values to that of Patrick Mahomes now, and that's Josh Allen. He's 4-0. The Bills are one of just 2 teams left undefeated here. The Eagles are at 4-0. And guys, Josh Allen just finds a way to get it done. He turned into Super Josh again in this game after a slow start. He did have an interception, but he finishes with a quarterback rating of 113.6. And look at that base Donruss. You got to be careful with this card, guys, buying it raw because you could get scammed. This could be a reprint. So you want to make sure you look for that little foil Donruss logo and his foil and his name there. $60 in a buy it now there. You had another raw one here that looks like it sold for $100, maybe best offer accepted. So you can see that sold for $85. And as we go back, you'll see as we go back $76. You also had a $50 one. Condition definitely plays a role in these raw card sales. Last Tuesday, as you can see, this is why I take my pictures in a one touch. This one sold for $140 in a buy it now. As you can see, right before the season started, $75, $73. So you can get them for a little bit cheaper, closer to $50. Here's a $61 auction September 2nd. So you could have got them a little bit cheaper. They have, in some cases, over doubled in value, but in most cases, they've gone up about 75%. So you can see Josh Allen going up a lot. After Lamar Jackson's loss, Baker Mayfield's loss yesterday, certainly Josh Allen's cards are going up even more. Some of those cards, like, man, his Optic PSA 10 up 55% over the past 6 months. His base Prism PSA 10 now to a new trend of close to $400. I mean, look at even the college uniform Score rookie card up to a new trend of 84, up 13%. So his base Donruss PSA 10, you can see that was right around 200, just under. And now, if we look at that card, 265, 275, $300 auction. So that card has gone up a nice 30%. We did have one big time sale. It was a buy it now of a Optic Red Prism out of 99 PSA 10. Listed for $6,543. All right, that card sold for $5,000 in a buy it now. Bingo, check that out, guys. Back in the summer, this card closed in auction on May 11th for $1,525. So it's over tripled in value with the most recent sale here yesterday of $5,000. Man, shout out to that seller. Yeah, and that card actually sold earlier, beginning of the year, playoff time period, for $1,525 as well. Next up, let's check on the Puka Nacua market, as he is the wide receiver 1 now through 4 weeks. The Rams are 3-1. We're also going to look at Matt Stafford. He throws 3 touchdowns, the trusted veteran there with a quarterback rating of 123.5. But man, Puka Nacua gets run game action. He didn't in this game, but the game before, but also just 39 fantasy points. I mean, another double-digit reception day, 13 for 170, and a touchdown with a long of 31. I mean, 13.1 yards per reception. Let's look at his cards trending up right now to look at what his graded market is doing from 2023. Let's look at something like, that's more common that a lot of people would get into. Base select, you typically don't see that card being recommended because it is just such a common base card. But for example, if you could get it for $12 back in the summer, it does have a ceiling that is over double of what you bought it for. So that's very much an entry-level play. So it's like if you can find a base chrome stock rookie card of a guy that ends up performing at this level, right? Big market with the LA Rams. They're also 3-1. They're winning games. They're playing good. They beat the Colts here, which is a tough team. It was a close matchup. Their defense had a couple clutch plays. There's a couple miscues by the Colts. A.D. Mitchell, right? How many people want to choke him? But you can see how much this card went up, and we're seeing a lot of increases across the board for Puka Nacua. Like, green is not a good color match at all. See if there's any event sign stuff kind of squeaking in there. We had an auction closed for $89, but the bottom for that card seems to be like $30. I mean, look at all these $30 transactions. Hit a blip on the radar for $60 and a buy it now. This $89 auction last weekend pretty big, because then you had a $40 and a $45 buy it now yesterday. So it's interesting to see these non-color matched common cards here going up for Puka. That's kind of where his market is heading as his stuff just gets more and more expensive. So this card was as low as 50 in the summer. This is the Optic Wave out of 300 PSA 10. The low point of 50. Most recently, you had a $71 auction. And this is out of 300, so there's only 113 out there. And that was at the beginning of the season. So just like a lot of people, I get excited about the rookies having breakout performances, but when it comes to the hobby and their card values, who you actually see going up is guys that had a healthy supply of licensed pro uniform rookie cards before the season that you could have bought into lower because the supply was available, to where they've exceeded expectations. They're playing at elite levels, and now they've gone up significantly. Like Puka Nacua is a prime example. Josh Allen, another example. So let's look at what his Silver Prism Rookie Auto PSA 9. This sold today for $200 on dot. PSA 9 Silver Prism Rookie Auto. His most sold PSA 10 slab from Prism in the past 6 months is that Prism Silver, and that's why we tout that. And it's held strong value, so it's held around $80. Not a big percentage increase there in that card. If we look at the auto, though, on the 10, that card's currently around $325. So let's look at the 9. Yeah, I mean, that's gone up a lot, guys. Before the season, you were getting that for $125 to $150. I mean, there's a couple transactions there right at $125. And then last Tuesday you had $165, and now we're up to $200 on that card. Had a couple big time solds. A National Treasures out of 20 rookie patch auto is listed for $1,300. Oh wow, man! They took all the way down to $515. So it actually sold for $515. And you actually had that card very similar to that sell at the beginning of the season for $415. But you had that same card sell back in July 15th for $276. Wow. So to get that for $276, start of the season sell for $415, or you could have held out till $515. You could continue to hold for Puka. I mean, he's so young. The Rams, clear playoff contenders at this point. It's a good team. I got to think this card's going to go up in value. I get that there's, obviously significant profit there. I mean, that's, double almost what you bought it for in the summer. But this could continue to go up, guys. So we had our first tie of the season last night in an absolute shootout with the Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys, 40-40. A couple overtime field goals. The guy making the biggest plays in this game, though, was definitely George Pickens. With CeeDee Lamb out, George Pickens has taken on a bell cow wide receiver role. And you can see the buy it nows here moving. I'm trying to get into look at something that we can kind of get a gauge on. Like maybe this purple power rookie auto from Prism premium brand. Rookie auto is not anything flashy. Like George Pickens rookie auto is just one little squiggle there, guys. But let's look at what this has done historically. It's serial numbered out of 49. This is an SGC 9.5, probably close to a PSA 9. Rookie patch auto PSA 9. That's that from the same set, but this one's got a little patch in it. It was December last year, though, 140. It's a pretty rare card. I mean, this guy popped when he was traded to the Cowboys, popped in value. So I'm not sure it would have had to time it between when he was traded and now here in week 4 where he's finally had his breakout. Yeah, because that raw sold 140 back July 5th. What about a National Treasures auction that ended last night for $82? It's a serial numbered out of 49. Yeah, maybe it's gone up a little bit. You can find an auction like this July 22nd out of 25 that ended at 66. None of his largest transactions occurred in the past 24 hours. But we do have this manga Prism that sold just 5 days ago for $500. That's pretty cool manga. It does have the rookie card shield, so this is his rookie card as well. I mean, let's see what the PSA 8 sold for August 22nd, $600. A much better photo. September 10th, he had a 515. So it looks like the hobby, however, George Pickens has seen an increase in sold volume. Hasn't really seen that increase in price. The jury's still out. I guess the hobby's going to be a little bit more reactionary based on the Cowboys' record here of 1-2-1. All right, let's see what's selling for Jalen Hurts. Now, the Eagles are 4-0, but Jalen Hurts didn't complete a single pass in the second half of this football game. The Bucs defense adjusted really well, locked down A.J. Brown fairly easily in this game. In the second half, or really all game, the Bucs could have won this game, right? There's a couple costly turnovers, a blocked punt in the beginning of the game. So let's check on the Jalen Hurts market. Do you see some stuff selling? He is 4-0 here. Base Mosaic PSA 10 seemed capped around $50. Let's look at him. I have PSA 9 black silvers. Let's go look at his graded market. So the base Mosaic is up a little bit. As you can see, bouncing around quite a bit here, around $30. So to see it go up to 40-50, definitely a little increase. There was even a Saturday auction that ended for 27 on a base card like that. Yeah, just Jalen Hurts not quite at that level of like Josh Allen, even Joe Burrow. Certainly not Patrick Mahomes, who came back alive yesterday. Got a nice win. Xavier Worthy plays a big role in that offense. So you can expect when Rashee Rice comes back, by week 9, this offense is going to be looking a lot better. What the Silver Prism PSA 10 is doing here is quite impressive. Now, that card is up considerably from before the season. As you can see, $500. Yeah, $500 on average. Even June 4th, we hit a low of $490. What does the Super Bowl do? The Super Bowl shot it up to $800. The summer, it cooled off all the way down to $400, $450 at the end of April. And then as we got here into the season, it went back up to $650. Man, Jalen Hurts has got a very seasonal change here to his values on the Silver Prism PSA 10. Most recently, this past Thursday, we had a $730 buy now. So you could have timed this card very well here for under $500, and you're sitting very sweet right now. Really happy with that investment. So nice increase there in Jalen Hurts Silver Prism PSA 10. Green, obviously the best color match there. Let's see what that did. Kind of like the same thing, right? If you look at the full 1-year deal there. There's the Super Bowl. That card went up to, wow, $600 auction was the peak there. But looks like more regularly around that $400 price point, and then cooled off all the way down to a $200 auction the end of April. Again, end of April for Jalen Hurts was the time to get it. That Super Bowl hangover because now it's back up to $400. So you could have got it as low as $200 there, and now he's back up as one of just 2 undefeated quarterbacks left in the NFL. No monster transactions like we looked at last week for Jalen Hurts. You did have this Panini 1 quad patch out of 10, is advertised as gold here. I'm not so sure about that. I don't see any gold on the front of it, but it is serial numbered out of 10. It is a nice rookie patch auto. It did close an auction September 26th, so 3 days ago. We're talking Friday here in auction for $2,450. Not quite Puka Nacua, but Rome Odunze for the Chicago Bears is putting up an elite season right now, scoring touchdowns every single week. So far, even one week he had multiple touchdowns. So, I mean, I think the guy's up to 5 or 6 total touchdowns now for the season. He has another one in this game, very close game against the Raiders, in which they narrowly won. So I think Caleb Williams' prices are trending up right now as well. Look at all these buy it nows for Rome Odunze, including a National Treasures buy it now sold today, midnight out of 20 RPA, $1,200. Best offer accepted. Ultimately sold at $700, but let's go back to before the season when that card closed in auction for $395 on August 26th, or $370 August 25th, or $450 August 19th. So big increase in the rare tier of card for Rome Odunze. His Silver Prism most recently, let's check it out, guys. 117 buy it now last Monday. Now, before the season, August, $63 buy it now. So big time double up potential from summer prices to what they are trading at now for Rome Odunze. Woo! Somebody ended an auction of a Nebula rookie ticket auto, serial numbered out of 2, that ended last night for $787. Absolute banger. Let's look at that Optic rookie ticket auto base that ended yesterday for about $50. I mean, you're probably looking at close to $60 out the door with tax and that $8.61 delivery from Canada. Beginning of the season, after week 1, we got a $28 auction on that card. $26 auction August 9th. So yes, even a $30 auction from DC Sports 87, who gets a ton of eyeballs. So that first week 1, I mean, it was just it was wheels up. That was the time to buy him. Now you're looking at paying double for that same card. There's a few quarterbacks I could talk about here at number 10. One of them is Drake May, who flashed a 155.6 quarterback rating yesterday in a big win over the Panthers. He's now 2-2. There was a small window to buy Drake May. If you look at his Silver Prism PSA 10 data, you can see when the season started, he dipped down to as low as 336, and now he's back up to close to $500, $465 buy it now. $400 auction. So you can see how there was a small window. Now the same thing for Caleb Williams, who's actually got a trend right now of $550 on his Silver Prism. So he's still significantly higher than Drake May. But if you look at his 6 month when Ben Johnson was signed, that was a $750 card. It slid all the way down. Season didn't start out like they thought it would. That card went from $677, $700 to after that $462 in auction, and then there was another $450 buy it now, $480 auction that week. But it's since, guys, it's come back up. $575 auction, $590 buy it now, $600 buy it now, over $600. So you can see how that card has now come back up based on the recent performance. So the window to buy him at that discount was very small. We're probably still going to see some auctions go undervalued, and Drake May is still undervalued compared to Caleb Williams. Arguably the same size market between Chicago and New England, especially when you take the weapons into consideration. There's better weapons for Chicago, but Travion Henderson finally got on the board here in this game. Got the most carries out of any of the running backs. Well, actually, I take that back. I mean, he got 7 compared to Ramadre's 9, but he got a higher efficiency. He got the touchdown. as well as Drake May getting another touchdown on the ground. And he also got 2 receptions for 14 yards. So that is an important sign. His snap share has gone up. So another good opening debut for rookie running back there. Drake May trending in the right direction. Now, in terms of veterans here at number 10, I guess you could put Rodgers as well, but definitely Matt Stafford. I mean, and let's just look at 60 days now of Matt Stafford data to see what that card's doing in terms of graded data. I mean, look at that. Summer, a little bit harder card to buy with only a population of 544, but certainly obtainable. I mean, you could have got that in the summer for $69. There's $66 auctions September 1st. And now, so buy it now of $100. See if we can find another auction here. Buy it now of $90. So nice little increase there in Matt Stafford, who's obviously trending up in the right direction here. I mean, he's not the Matt Stafford of old, but these Rams are 3-1, and he is taking care of the football and utilizing his best weapons in Puka Nacua. So let's once again look at something else like the Bowman Chrome. Love it. PSA 10, $100 before the season. Buy it now, 104 to now 159. So nice increase there of approximately 50%. And then I guess one more honorable mention is we don't know how long Lamar Jackson's going to be out with his hamstring injury. It looks like apparently 2 to 4 weeks would be the norm. So I'm not sure if Cooper Rush is going to see a price increase here. It's possible. I mean, he definitely was serviceable and pretty decent for the Dallas Cowboys in the past. And I mean, he was 9 for 13 here and 52 yards. Didn't turn the ball over at least. So that's always promising. But at the same time, I mean, this was a beatdown by the Chiefs. The Ravens are now 1-3. So there's some interesting buy low opportunities here for the Ravens. Not really seeing the prices go up on Cooper Rush yet. They probably will go up at the end of the week if Lamar Jackson is announced out. All right, guys, who did I miss? Did you want me to touch on DK Metcalf's cards? What about Travis Etienne? Luke McCaffrey finally had a solid day. I mean, he's definitely stepped up into a little bit bigger role in the absence of Terry McLaurin. So that was promising. It was fun to see him get the ball in his hands a little bit more than usual. Let me know, guys, in the comment section below. What did I miss? Who did I miss? What order would you put them in? What was your favorite takeaway from week 4? I've got a lot of guys written down here and guys that I'm now starting to look at as late November buys. So definitely want to subscribe and stay tuned to our next videos coming out. We'll be live on Wednesday. I'll see you guys there. Peace.